Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to the Core Racing Network here on CRN. Actually, that's both. We are here live for season 3 of the Core ARCA Menards Series, coming from the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida. And with me, my name is Ricky Gonzalez, and with me, I have a new compadre in the booth with me this season, and that's going to be the 44 of Mr. John Nobinger. John, how we doing tonight?
Oh, doing good, Ricky. Just trying to get SDK and everything finally up and running. It decided to undo all the settings that were set last night. So I think we should be all good now.
Yeah, this is going to be a 2.5 mile super speedway that we have on deck for our season opener. A lot of guys already laying down times. I see Kevin Foster, Tim Thompson, Todd Cottle, our defending series champion, Dakota Camper. And so we're going plate track racing tonight, boys. And John, just for the viewers at home, kind of walk us through what your strategy would be here at a super speedway. Would you like to be up front, away from the chaos, or would you like to just hang out in the back of the pack and kind of let them do what they do up front and wreck and carnage and what all you could be as far as the hornet's nest, as you can say? Kind of walk me through what your strategy would be going into Daytona.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the super speedways, but it's kind of hard to be involved in everyone else's stuff when you're up front. But at the same time, you kind of have to play to the guys you're racing with. If everybody wants to be up front, sometimes it's better just to slide on there to the back, give yourself enough of a gap so that you can get back if you need to, but leave yourself enough time to avoid the big one because it will eventually happen.
Yeah, I think there's two places you want to be here at Daytona. It's either first, that way you can control each lane and control the pack behind you, or I'm going to be in the very back. I don't like being in the middle of anywhere, and I don't like to be kind of in that hornet's nest. I don't think that's the place you want to be. But so far, John, we're looking at some of these top times. Mark Thomas sitting on the pole currently. Foster was sitting up there. So Mark Thomas currently your provisional pole center. I know Paul Butler is running out there. We still have a couple drivers that have yet to qualify. Justin Swaney, Stan Hausman, Jacob Allen, and Derek Booker. Looks like qualifying is going to be all set and done for. And looking
Yeah.
at our top 10 standings, John, I'll let you go through our qualifying order since we wrapped up qualifying.
All right, yeah, it looks like we got Mark Thomas there on pole with a 49.685. Dan Phillips in second, just a hair behind him. Then we have Randy Lupus in third. Kevin Foster is in fourth. Joe Sullivan in fifth. Jim Thompson, or sorry, not Jim, Tim. Oh, I'm gonna have to live that one down. In sixth. Paul Owens in seventh. Josh Anderson in eighth. Eric Andrews is in ninth. Todd Caudell is in 10th. 11th, we have Dakota Camper. And 12th, we have Schmiegel. So 11 spots down there for the returning champion Dakota. So we'll have to see how that works out for him.
Yeah, then we have Matt Crockett in 12th, Caleb Collins in 13th, Abi Visuvasam in 14th, David Tilford in 15th, Zach Roethlisberger in 16th, Cody Jacobs in 17th, Connor Popplewell in 18th, Tyler Bramble, Sean Lesperance in 20th, and then Dylan McDonald making his return to the Core Racing League. He's going to be coming off on P21, Casey Phelps in 22nd, AJ Chantry in 23rd, and then Paul Butler will round out our field. He didn't have enough time to set um, a second lap there, so we're going to be interesting to see, John, some of these guys coming from the back. And as you know, it's plate racing. Anything could happen in these first couple of laps here at Daytona.
Oh, for sure. It's always a gamble. There we go. Finally, the timing tower wants to agree with me. So,
So we got some timing and scoring issues going up, but yeah, John, if you can slide that little ticker over just a little bit more, I think we'll be able to see it a little bit better. There we go. I see
yeah.
everything now. We should be good to roll, and I'm interested to see some of these drivers. There's a couple people we see regularly at the top: Mark Thomas, Kevin Foster, Paul Owens, Eric Andrews, and Todd Cottle, and then Dakota. Obviously, those 9th, 10th, and 11th place drivers are coming coming on. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these drivers attack the first half of this race.
Oh yeah, they're
We're getting some last minute instructions from our race control, and as the drivers are taken to the high banks here at Daytona, they're going to file up 2x2, and we're going to be off and running for the first race of the season. As you can see them all coming down the back straightaway. They're all going to get lined up. There's some cool paints out there um, for these cars. Sounds like somebody's having connection issues, which when you get a field this big, especially at a super speedway and it's packed racing, some people can have blinking issues, and um, we're going to try to make the best of that situation. It sounds like that driver is going to be heading towards the tail end of the field. So it looks like all is going to be well. But the field coming through 3 and 4 for the final parade lap, as you can say. And so here we go. Pace car going to take the sharp turn onto pit road. The field now is in control of Mark Thomas, and we are green flag racing for season 3 here at Daytona, and everybody gets a clean start. They're going to be 2x2 as they head off into turn number 1.
a little disappearing act there for number 85 right off the bat.
So we got Phelps taking the early lead as they come off of turn number 2. Still having a little bit of connection issues is the 85. It looks like he's going to pull it to the high side, and he's just going to let everyone go by. Doesn't want to ruin anybody's race early on, first lap. As we know, John, there's a couple of rules that we do here in CORE. Oh, and the 85 is going to be into the wall. Super slow coming off of turn number 4. But as I go back to it, John, the interesting thing that CORE Racing does is if you cause a caution in the first lap, you're going to get a dreaded 1-lap penalty. But so far, so good. We're clean and green here at Daytona. Mark Thomas will take the early lead as they dive into 1.
Leaving Foster out there with no backup at the moment.
They're going to come off turn number 2. Foster has no help. Everybody seems to be lined up on the inside. There's the 50, the 98, all working together. And then Foster going to go back to the hands of Tim Thompson. If Foster if he can lift just a little bit right there, Sullivan's going to ruin that position to try to get Foster into the hole. Foster battling really well on the outside here in the early goings.
It looks like he's out there running by himself. So that's mighty impressive. We always know Foster's good in the draft, but I'm not seeing where he's getting much draft help at the moment.
Foster able to use that side draft just a little bit to keep alongside of the 98. Looking to go 3 wide right behind him. Thinks better of it. He's going to tuck back in line with Tim. And so now here comes the pack. Everybody's going to come up to the back end of Foster and Thomas. And so far, so good. We're still 2x2. As we're completing lap number 3. And you can see a lot of shuffling so far going on here in this race.
Oh, yeah. And just back and forth.
So a lot of shuffling going on. You see Dylan McDonald right there going to the inside. He's going to try to take it right in front of Dakota. So it looks like Dakota's actually going to go to the outside and try to make a pass on them. So far, so good. We're still 2x2 and for the most part, I think this is what we're going to see all night is this 2x2 side-by-side racing.
Yeah, it looks like they're running right around 190 miles an hour, which out of these old ARCA cars is still, they're moving tonight.
Interesting fact about these ARCA cars is some of our viewers who are new to stock car racing and maybe just NASCAR in general, you can tell on the top of that roof there's a wicker. That's the 2001 package that the Cup Series used to race way back in the day. The days of DEI when they dominated these restrictor plate racing, Dale Earnhardt Jr. being the Pied Piper, as you could say, at Daytona and Talladega. But if you look really, really closely, you can see that wicker on the roof, and that's able to keep these guys some bunched up. And you can get one heck of a run coming off of 2 or 4, or getting into the corner. You can get a run coming off this long super stretch right here. As you take a look, you're still 2x2. Looks like, John, if I'm not, I'm gonna laugh a little bit, but if I'm not mistaken, these guys still look like they're on the pace laps as they're 2x2.
Yeah, it's just, nose to tail, typical super speedway. Nobody, luckily nobody's trying to take it 3 wide. They still have another 30 laps to go. Keeping it smart.
Yeah, the good news is you see Foster up there with Mark
Ooh,
Thomas battling side by side. Oh, got a little
into the
squirrely
wall just a
there.
little bit.
Not sure what car that was. As you see Dakota making a brave move to go to the outside. So it looks like everybody's starting to venture to the top lane of the racetrack. As you can see, that's Caleb Collins right there. Looks like he's on the outside of Paul Owens. I believe that's Paul.
Oh, a little bit up front
Oh,
here. Jockeying around everywhere.
yeah, these cars are moving. The air on these things are crazy once you get in a pack of cars like this, and so it's crazy to see. Looks like Foster lost a little bit of drafting help. He's gonna get help from I'm not sure what number.
Is that Owens?
It's gonna be the 54. Yeah, it's Jelly. Jelly going to the outside with Foster, trying to push him to the lead. And so far, so good. You have a train full of cars down that started on the top side, and it seems like everybody's ventured down. So these lanes are going back and forth, as you can tell, with drivers trying to gain every inch of momentum and try to get to the front, because we do have bonus points in effect here tonight at Daytona.
Oh yeah, we do have the bonus points.
And so
Forgotten
for
about
everybody
those.
so everybody at home, if you get a lap led, you get a bonus point. If you get a 0x in the race, you get an extra set of points. And then also one of the things that we do here in CORE is we have a chance for a double points night. So not sure who is going to be taking the double points night tonight, but so far, the only person that is going to know that is our league admin, and that's Carl Handwork. So these drivers had to have messaged Carl before the race to say, I'm going to use the double points. And some of them electing to save that for the end of the season, and it turned out to be really a pivotal point in the season last season, as Dakota Camper used it on the last race, and he
Oh,
was able to.
let's
Oh,
see. Number
we got
520 was a
issues
little
going
loose
into
there.
3. Yeah.
I look over here at the SDK list of what all is going on, and it's just constantly, so and so pass so and so pass so and so pass so and so. It's just scrolling.
Yeah, that's going to be the issue all night, is seeing that ticker on the left side of our screen. It's going to be going back and forth. And it's going to be a lot of drivers jockeying for position. But early going, looks like Thomas able to just to get a fender out in front. But then Foster able to battle right back.
Ricky, have you driven the ARCA since the last update?
I have not. These things are way too loose for me to drive.
I was going to say they look looser than I remember from a couple seasons ago. So Foster got down on that lower line there.
So Foster able to carry that momentum on the outside, and he is going to take control of this race. Going to take control of this race. Sorry, John. Looks like somebody was trying to call me during the broadcast, but we got some other priorities as we're here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
So far so good. It's Kevin Foster leading this pack, Mark Thomas in second, and then they're side by side for third. That's going to be Paul Owens and Randy Lapidus.
Oh,
he's going to be
supposed to launch there.
trying to gain the third position, but so far so good. It looks like he has control. He's going to move up to the outside of Thomas, going to catch a little bit of side draft, get on that quarter panel. And the side drafting here at plate tracks in these cars are not as aggressive as you can say as it comes to a next gen. So Foster playing lanes, he's going to move up to the outside, and We're going to have our first 3 wide action of the day. Foster's going to be caught in the middle. Thomas is going to take the lead, and Randy is going to be the car on the outside, and Jelly electing to go with Foster. So some familiar faces that we have early on here at Daytona. It's some of your normal hitters, heavy hitters that usually run up front in these core races. And look at Dakota right there going 3 wide on the top side of the
Looks like
racetrack.
they're trying to make it 4 wide in the back here.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, get a little bit swirly.
There,
Dakota carrying that momentum.
there's enough room to be 4 wide, but there is not any extra room at that point.
Yeah, this place is a lot narrower than Talladega. Talladega, you're able to run 4 wide probably with ease, but even then it still gets a little finicky at times just because of the way the air, and you don't want the back end of this race car to get out from. Oh, we got trouble in the back. Oh, wow.
Was that Dylan shaking the tail feathers at us?
It's like it was a car behind Dylan. Dylan's actually going to move to the top side of the racetrack, and he's going to try to carry that speed as he comes through turn number 4. He's going to tuck back in line. I'm not really sure. I think that was Abby that got a little tail happy on the back straightaway. So Dylan, there's Dylan making aggressive moves. We know how aggressive Dylan likes to be. Oh, and I think he just tagged the wall going into turn 1.
I believe he did there, Ricky. Good God.
So Dylan McDonald able to keep it out of the walls. And one thing in these ARCA cars is that once you tap the wall, it's really hard to get these cars off of the wall. And so far so good. McDonald able to keep things rolling as he's stuck here on the outside. He's trying to find a way to get to the front. Started deep in the field tonight, 21st. Dylan looking to make some moves right there side by side with his cousin. That's going to be the 25 of Todd Cottle. And here comes Dylan now to the outside of the 019. And Connor is going to be stuck in the sucker hole this time. Dylan trying to get it by them, and he's trying to link up with, looks like Dakota. Looks like Dakota and Dylan have been linked up a lot. He's actually going to be on the outside of Dakota as they head into 1.
Sliding in behind Thompson here. Does he? I mean, is Dylan going to try to make the high line work all night?
It's one thing in these plate track races. You don't really have to worry about tire wear, but if there is a hole, we know the driver of the 38 is going to try to create something. And so far, so good. He was able to pass 2 cars in that lap. Here goes the 019. He's going to cut the nose of the 25.
Thompson into the wall. And like you said, it looks like it's just sucked him in there. Let's hopefully... Okay. He got it down safely.
Yeah, so it looks like he's able to keep it off of the wall. So no harm, no foul. We stay green here at Daytona. And so far, we are 15 laps into this race, and we have yet to have a caution flag. And so these guys, as we're getting halfway through the run, I'm guessing you can go probably about 28, 30 laps on a tank of fuel. And so interested to see when these guys are going to start coming to pit road here shortly, as Dylan has made his way up from 21st. And looky here, he's already in the top 10 battling. He's going to get on the high side still, and he's going to work with Paul Owens and Kevin Foster. But so far, it's going to be Mark Thomas trying to get to the inside of Kevin Foster. They're going to be 2 by 2. It's Thomas, Foster, your first 2, and then Owens and Sullivan the second row. And here comes Dylan. He's looking to try to make it 3 wide, thinks better of it. He's going to tuck back in line as they cross the start finish line.
Looks like Owens is trying to make it 3 wide. Ooh, they are.
Yeah, they are dicing every which way they go. Dylan now going to be stuck on the high line by himself. Going to have a little bit of a gap here to get back in line, and he successfully does as they head down the super stretch.
So Dylan, with some of these highline antics tonight, might need to be trading paint jobs with Roethlisberger there for that mellow yellow car.
So as they come off of turn number 4, they're going to be 3 wide. They were 3 wide. Yeah, they were.
They still are.
Looks like Jelly. Yeah, Jelly trying to. Here goes Dylan now. He's going to go to the middle. Going to try to work with that. Looks like that car.
Is he going to try for 4? Oh. Kevin tried to shut the... Ooh, nice job from Kevin getting back down in there.
Yeah, good job by Kevin Foster keeping that car on the outside lane. Try to shut the door on McDonald as they come off of turn number 2. And so far, Foster now with a huge run. He's going to bring some help with him. He's going to bring his friends. They're going to put Dylan now in the sucker hole. He's going to be in the middle. So McDonald took Foster 3 wide, and now Foster returning the favor. It looks like the 38's trying to side draft the 76 so he can keep his momentum up. Try to drag that 76 right back to him, but it looks like Foster was not able to complete that pass on Dylan McDonald as we're still focusing in on our front pack. And so far, Dylan McDonald has gone from 21st, and it took him almost 18 laps. I'm going to say hopefully by lap number 20, he will be the leader of this race. So you got Thomas, Sullivan, and Andrews on the inside. Then you have McDonald, Camper, and Foster with help of Owens on the outside. Not really sure who is that all white. Whoa, what a move to come to the inside of the racetrack. That's going to check up that lower lane, and the momentum is probably going to stay to the outside. As you can see, Dylan fighting really hard to take the lead away from Mark Thomas.
He wants that lap lead, that is for sure. But Mark's been pretty much out front the entire race. If somebody's going to have to pit, it's going to have to be Mark first.
Yeah, it's going to be Thomas and McDonald. They're still going to be 2 by 2. As you can see, everybody in the back now is we have probably your first, I don't know, John, probably your first 12 cars still side by side. And then it looks like there's a long train in that second pack. Those guys in the back are just content with just riding this one out until we get to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, that's one of those things. You're going to have a buddy go with you.
So it looks like Dylan got his lap led. He came over the radio and saying that he's good now. He's not going to race as hard and try to fight everybody for position, but he is the control car on the outside lane. So as they're going to dive into turn number 3, looks like they're coming up on a lap car. There's 2 actual lap cars that are going to be... Oh, and somebody gets squirrely. Oh, and we have green flag pit stop. So it looks like, oh, the 018's going to get tagged. Oh, guys were coming to pit road, and it sounded like nobody called their pit entrance. And so the 019 is going to get tagged coming to pit road. But so far, so good. We're going to stay green.
Let's take a look at that again here. Let's see. If they come down. Oh, yeah, he just didn't get it woed up in time.
So now we know and looks like Derek Booker's going to be on the apron. Oh, there's going to be a wreck behind him. The 19's involved. The 77 is involved. Oh, no. So it looks like Derek Booker took the apron and tried to merge back onto the racetrack. Oh, and they're still wrecking behind him. The 85 just tagged the 19.
So what we got here, yeah. Looks like Booker came back up, and is that the 19 that just...
Yeah, it looks like the 19 just had nowhere to go. AJ Chantry gonna collect Paul Butler with him, and then the 19 collected the 85 as he was coming down the racetrack. That is gonna be our first caution of the race. That was just such an unfortunate set of events that just happened. Our first yellow here at Daytona, and the first yellow of our ARCA season. And I'm going back and looking at that replay, John.
Yeah,
what a move by Tyler Bramble to skip through all that.
Yeah, let's find Bramble here. Just look at his cockpit view and see how...
So it looks like the 19 cut across the nose of the 77. So this 19 is going to receive the EOL this time. As everybody gets jam-packed up here. And that's going to hurt some of our guys who, well, I'm not really sure if it's going to hurt them, but some of the guys that elected to do the green flag pit stop, it's going to possibly help those guys. And those guys are probably going to cycle out to the lead. So as we see some of the cars now, John, they're going to come down pit road, anxious to see what some of these guys are going to do. Gas only, 2 tires, or they're going to put 4 fresh set of tires on. Taking a look.
Changes here to the thing.
Looks like the race off pit road is going to be Dakota Camper. So Dakota's going to win the race off pit road. Mark Thomas is going to settle in behind him with Dylan McDonald. Joseph Sullivan going to come out behind McDonald. And so as they all come back onto the racetrack, as John is trying to get some things organized for us, guys. We know that some of the stream is being laggy for you guys on YouTube, so we apologize for that in advance. It looks like everything on my end is starting to smooth on out as I have the broadcast sitting up too. That's the only way, John, that I can view the YouTube chat. So we apologize to some of our viewers out there for such of the glitchiness and the lagginess in tonight's broadcast.
Okay. Yep. Everything should be stable now.
So as John is getting everything worked out, we got some kinks we're working out, new broadcast partner in the booth, but John is no stranger to the CRN team. I know that he does a couple GT stuff. I know, John, did you broadcast last night?
Yeah, I popped in for with Carl last night just for did a little test run, and of course didn't have any of these issues at Silverstone. But I think we do have a few more cars here tonight that are a little closer together, so that could have something to do with it.
Yeah, so far so good. 28 cars gridded tonight for the season opener here at Daytona. So that's good to see the field so big here in CORE. The word is getting out there for everyone to join the CORE Racing League. If you haven't joined it already, I recommend joining it. We got a Discord link if anybody wants to join CORE Racing League. And for everyone here that is watching on CRN, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Click that little bell notification so you know when CRN is going live. On Tuesday nights, it's going to be me and John Nobinger in the booth for the whole season for the CORE ARCA Menards. And later on tonight, we have the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series taking the high banks here at Daytona. So as soon as this race ends, we'll interview our winners and podium finishers, and then we'll make the transition to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Mondays, it's the CORE GT Series. So if you haven't had a chance to check out some endurance racing, you're able to check that out on Mondays. And then I know Carl and them have a lot of other stuff planned out throughout the week. This is my only opportunity to be in the booth, so probably should have done my homework, John. Let everyone know what's on CRN. But it looks like we're all doubling up, and it looks like we're going to go green this time by.
Yeah, it looks like the lights are off the pace car now. So looks like Stan Hausman is the big winner of that one, coming out in the lead after all of that. Let's see. Looks like we kept Mark and Dylan and Joe Sullivan. Kevin got shuffled all the way back to 11th there.
Green flag.
Here we go.
And the green flag is back out. The restart here at Daytona. And they're all, look at Dylan already taking it 3 wide. They're going to be 3 wide as they head into turn number 1. And McDonald out to dry. That's going to carry the first 2, almost the first 3 drivers. Going to almost be clear. Oh, that was our leader. The 36 of Stan Hausman going to get his lap led, and he's fine with that situation. And he's going to drop to the tail end of the field, and the drivers are going to have to let him merge. I believe he successfully merged.
He's still on the apron.
So Stan,
did he stay out for just the lap lead bonus?
Probably. I'm not sure if Stan was the one that came down pit road during that green flag stint. So Stan is going to lose the draft tremendously. They're already into turn 1, and Stan is barely getting on out of the tri-oval. So Stan's going to need a caution to try to catch up to this
starting to build speed again. I wonder if he missed a gear or go back up to the front here.
So as we go back up to the front, going to be still 2x2. It's going to be Dakota Camper to the inside. Mark Thomas on the outside. Who is going to lead this lap? Dakota, our defending series champion, trying to get his bonus point and lead a lap. So far, so good. Actually, Dakota is running the 20 this season. The 51 is going to be ran by Zach Roethlisberger. So that's going to get some time for me, John, getting used to, as these drivers switch numbers on me during the off season. And so actually it's Zach Roethlisberger that's on the inside of this pack with Thomas on the... Oh, and we got a spin into turn number 3!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Thompson's
Oh.
involved. Corey Phelps is involved.
Let's take a look here and see if we can see that. Oh. Looks like Thompson almost got some air. Let's go back here and see. So that was going to be pink. Oh.
So yeah, it's going to be Tim Thompson involved. The 85 was involved. Oh, the 85 actually, a little bit of damage the front end of that race car, but he was able to
Up
slow it
here.
down and not getting to... Got into
Yeah.
Tim just a little bit.
Oh.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if it
the-
was just a bump draft gone wrong or
Looks
what.
like Bramble got into the back of, let's see who that is here. Had to go to the chopper view to try to see what all was happening here. But the unnamed car that I cannot read the number on, so let's have to use SDK here and figure out.
Yeah, I think it was the... Not really sure who the car is that has... We can't see a paint scheme for.
Well, it is. It's just really, really light white.
Yeah, I don't see a number. And if he does have a number, it's matches what his paint is, and that's,
Yeah.
it's going to be all white. So
That was just carnage. So coming up now, get 6 laps to go. Let's see, should be, oh, by the time they come in, probably 4 to go.
yeah, so it looks like as we're looking, I was looking at the stream here. So it looks like after Bramble tagged the person in front of him, looks like he collected a couple cars right there on the inside lane, and so that was just... They're going to deem that as a racing incident. And so no EOL this time, as we see the Lucky Dog coming across. He's going to take it to the high side and try to get one of his laps back. So that should put Connor Popplewell back on the lead lap. I know that he was one of the cars that came down pit road. So probably a lot of these guys that are trapped a lap down probably came down pit road for that green flag stop. And looks as we pace here at Daytona. So far, so good. Zach Roethlisberger in that 51, as we thought it was Dakota Camper. It actually wasn't. But he's going to be leading our race. Mark Thomas in second, Joseph Sullivan in third, Dakota Camper in fourth, driving the 20 car. So apologies, Dakota, on that one. And Zach. And then Eric Andrews will round out your top 5 drivers here at Daytona. Dylan McDonald, 6th. Paul Owens in 7th. Todd Cottle in 8th. Sean Lesperance in 9th. And then Kevin Foster in 10th. That'll round out your top 10. Josh Anderson in 11th. David Tilford in 12th. Cody Jacobs, a new driver here to CORE, in 13th. Paul Butler in 14th. Justin Swaney in 15th. Tyler Bramble 16th. Caleb Collins in 17th. Abby Visivasam in 18th. Matt Crockett in 19th. Tim Thompson in 20th. Jacob Allen in 21st. Stan Hausman in 22nd. Connor... Well, it looks like some good drivers elected to come down pit road, so that kind of ruined the running order we got.
Yeah, I was going to say they're all moving around at the moment.
So, looks Abby Visivasam in 18th, Crockett in 19th, and then Tim Thompson round out your top 20. As these guys, looks like, John, everybody is starting to file back up 2x2, looking to go green this time by.
Yeah, looking through here, it looks like everybody in that top 20 still has a clean car. So, back into TV3 here. So I believe that unnamed car is going to be the 019 of Connor Popwell. Or is that?
So the field going to come through 3 and 4 this time. Field is going to be in control of Mr. Roethlisberger. Thomas is going to be on the outside. That's going to be row number 1. Row number 2, Joe Sullivan and Dakota Camper in the 20. Pace car going to dive onto pit road. We're going to be coming to lap 31 of this 50-lap race. And the green flag is going to be back in the air. We are back under green. And looking back in the pack, it looks like the outside lane wasn't able to form up just as well as the inside lane. You can see everyone on the inside lane pretty much bumper to bumper. You got the first 2 cars in the outside lane. They're going to be nose to tail. And everyone behind them is struggling to try to get in line. Foster right on the tail end of Todd Cottle. He's going to try to give a push to Dylan McDonald. And McDonald able to use that draft and suck right back up to these lead packs on the outside as we have a car that's blinking going into turn 3.
Looks like the 521. Yep, there's. So with 4 laps to go, are we going to make it to the end of green? Super Speedway Racing.
Yeah, I believe there's going to be at least, I'm going to say 2 more cautions in this race. Just with people trying to get every inch, every position you can. You want to start the season off strong here early on. Have a good day. As you see, there's cars just bouncing all over the racetrack. And on Saturday, me and Dylan actually did a Gen 4 Cup League here at Daytona. And it was the old Legacy Daytona. So you can see how smooth this thing is.
That was the Legacy Daytona. I was wondering why those cars were moving around like a...
Yeah. Yeah, you can see just how much smoother it is here at regular Daytona. Well, they're both Daytona, regular Daytona, but one is more bumpier than the other. You can tell over the repave, these cars are not as bouncy as they were on Saturday night. And so far, looks like that 5, I don't know, somebody up here is still having connection issues here in the lead pack. I don't know if it's, I think it's that 520 still going in and out, but so far so good. It's stabled out. They're still going to be side by side as they head off into 2. Oh!
Ooh.
520 gets loose off of 2.
And disappears.
Lost them.
Where is he going to pop back up?
I'm not really sure where the 520 is going to end up. It looked like Caleb was trying to make a move to put that car 3 wide in that new look Chevrolet. We know last season he ran the Scooby-Doo. This year, kind of going back to his roots. Texas boy. Caleb all the way in West Texas. He's from Canyon. Going to rock the TX whiskey paint scheme this season. Fine looking automobile that we got there on the 72. And it looks like some of these guys, look at Caleb taking it 3 wide on Booker. Booker, he's going to slide up and put Caleb in the wall. Not sure if the 70 driver, the 72 is going to like that. So Booker putting Caleb Collins into the wall in turn number 1. Oh, and we got a spin.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the big one.
Oh. Caleb getting a little air coming back across the grass there. But it did not throw the caution.
Yeah, we're still green.
Yeah, we are still green. 1 lap to go. That means we won't... let's get back up here to the leaders and watch this final here.
Yeah, there was a lot of carnage on the backstretch that time. A lot of drivers involved. And so we're now looking here at the lead pack.
Ooh. Sullivan getting into Thomas there a little bit.
And it looks like Booker's going to be stuck in the wall too as they come off of 2. So add another victim, your so-called Darlington Stripe, as you can say. And they're going to be 3 wide. Oh, the 51.
Oh, everybody.
Here comes the
oh, upside down.
The 51, the 54, the 8, the 43, the 50, the 9 is all involved. They're still wrecking as they go into turn number 3.
I can't even.
And they still don't have a caution.
No, they're not going to. This is white flag. This is, who's that making it through? Looks
I'm
like
not.
Cody Jacobs and Connor Popwell making it through that hell. I I'm not sure there was a car that made it through that cleanly.
Oh, so I I read that wrong. Um, I thought it was a 50 lap race. It was 50 minutes in the session. It was a 35 lap race. So my apology.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an interesting finish. And John, we're gonna have to go back and dissect all of that just
Oh
happened.
yeah. There's a lot. So let's go back to let's see. I believe it's going to be when nope, it is definitely before that. It's before the checkered flag. Looking through SDKs, this is just um
So that was a weird finish to say the least here at
uh,
Daytona. And your winner gonna be the 81 of Cody Jacobs.
okay. So
He's
we
gonna be. I'm gonna let you dissect John as you can tell the viewers at home what happened.
let's see here. Okay, so this is the lead pack. And where is my stop button? So let's swap into something we can actually see. Old faithful chopper cam. And right here, looks like, let me, oh, it's not wanting to play nice. So that was going to be, there we go. That gets me in a little closer. And we'll actually go to the bar chase and go to, okay, we can watch from Dylan's perspective in the far chase here. Let's go into quarter speed. Looks like that Eric Andrews gets into the back of the 51, gets him a little sideways. And the, what is that? 43 gets 76 turned, and then just from there, it all deteriorates into just carnage.
So unfortunate set of events on the last lap. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
they've
just.
even so the trunk flaps around now. That is.
But as we just dissected what happened here at Daytona, gonna take this opportunity now to bring in our third place finisher. That's gonna be the 05 of Tim Thompson. And Tim, this is Ricky and John in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I got you guys.
Well, man, that was a crazy last lap. You had people wrecking in the back, and then on the back stretch, it looks like the big one ensued. Man, walk us through what was the vantage point of what you saw on the last lap in that '05 machine.
Well, from the back, I could see the smoke starting to billow, and I just kind of let out of the throttle and bobbed and weaved my way through. I think I got hit twice getting through there, but I think I was in the right place at the right time. Just I got lucky on that one. Better to be lucky than good tonight. Had a good qualifying effort, and it didn't pan out, but like I said, better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, and with it being plate racing here at Daytona, what was your mindset here at Daytona? Did you want to be obviously coming home third? That's a tremendous finish for you and a huge momentum for next week going into the season. Way to start the season in a third place position. But what was your mindset? Was it stay up front, chill in the back? You didn't want to be in the hornet's nest, and what was kind of your strategy in going here into the season opener?
Like I said, I had a good qualifying effort. I qualified sixth, and after a few laps up front, I wanted to get to the back. I wanted to get out of it, and it was a little rough trying to get out of that pack, but I got out of it, but the wrong way I did. So, yeah, I got to the back like I wanted to, and it all worked out.
It did work out for you coming home in third. But Tim, before I let you get out of here, who'd you like to thank on that number '05 machine?
I like to thank my wife for letting me or for her putting up with me for doing this, and I'd like to thank all you guys up in the booth putting on these shows here, and I'd like to thank Carl for putting on Core Racing. So thanks to all you guys.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be our third place finisher of Mr. Tim Thompson. And John, I'm gonna drag up. It doesn't look like our second place finisher is in the Discord. I'm looking through it right now. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's in the Discord. So we're gonna go ahead and drag up our winner for tonight. And John, I'll let you interview our race winner.
So Cody, how was that the run through for lack of a better way to put it, hell in the end?
I can't even put words to explain what just happened on the last lap there. Just I found a hole and pushed her through.
Yeah, it was looks like we've had some weird issues trying to go back and rewatch it. But yeah, it's I mean, I think everybody in the top 10 had some form of contact or another, and you just kind of just looked straight through it, looks like.
Yeah, I managed to find my way through that, and I think bring it home in one piece.
So were you planning the entire race to trying to chill out in the back and wait for it to come to you, or?
Honestly, yeah, I was just kind of feeling things out. I wasn't going to make a big push to the front. I was content riding where I was. I just wanted to get a feel for everybody. It's my first time in this league, to be honest. So to walk away with a victory is pretty bittersweet.
Yeah, you had a nice long green flag run there to begin with. So yeah,
Yeah, I found it really tough to pass. It was 2x2. It felt like for the entire race, and you couldn't find a hole to fit in. But you know when the last lap's going to come in to play, that guys are going to try moves that they wouldn't make beforehand, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, there's I'm not a huge fan of super speedway, and the ending of this race is the reason why. You never know. You know, you may as well just play 52 card pickup and see which one gets closest to the finish line. But you know, it also takes some skill. You know, having to slow down at the right spot and make it through the pack. So, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely give a shout out to last night's GT Series winner, Tyler Kokeko. I had him as a spotter tonight, and he kind of guided me through that mess. And I know I've worked a lot with Dave Bragg, who's not a part of this league, but definitely a big shout out to him for all his notes and help. Other than that, I'm excited to move on to Atlanta next week.
Well, hopefully the racing in Atlanta should be a little more, what is it, mundane? No, that's not the right word. Organized.
Hopefully we get a little bit organized. I was impressed with tonight, though. Guys kept it clean. It's expected at a plate track to have that mess at the end. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to Atlanta.
Well, congratulations. We'll let you get into the with the rest of the guys. Are you running the truck series with us too next?
I am not.
Okay.
I am not, but good luck to anybody that is double duty on tonight, and wish them luck in that one.
Well, we appreciate it. You have a great night, and once again, congratulations. That makes you the 90th CORE winner.
Awesome.
So
thank you guys very much. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you.
Well, John, that was our race winner. And if you want to bring up our final standings, I'll let you go ahead. And
that's actually right, because I forget we can actually do that.
I'll let you go ahead.
It actually works now.
I'll let you go ahead and go through those standings for us. I've already exited out of the session.
That's not a problem. So, you know, with the win, we had Cody Jacobs. Second place was Connor Popwell. Third place, Tim Thompson. Fourth was Dylan McDonald. Fifth, Caleb Collins. So, yeah, he was kind of far back, but came up there at the end. You know, Todd Caudell came in sixth. Zach Roethlisberger, I hope I didn't butcher that name too bad, in seventh. Dave Tilford managed eighth. Joe Sullivan in ninth, and Justin Swaney is your top 10 there. After that, we had Paul Owens, Jacob Allen, Stan Hossman, Josh Anderson, and Eric Andrews for your top 15. And Kevin Foster and Dakota Camper and Mark Thomas all the way down at the end there at 16th through 18th. So, you know, those three should be challenging for the championship. So I know they won't take that too well. But from everybody here at CORE, you know, we appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you again in a few minutes for the truck series.